Hello and welcome to another episode of the New World Comics Podcast. I am Buck Berlin, owner-operator of this fine establishment. Joined with me, as always, Stephanie Cerny.
Hey.
Hey. Running this whole shindig, Brad Reed of Nerds to Men fame.
Hello, blessings.
Yeah, he is the voice of God because you don't really get to see him because there's not much to see. No,
I'm ugly.
I mean, I didn't have to say it.
No.
I just set it up to where he said it.
You've said
Anyway,
it enough till I believed it.
You know, hey.
Come on now.
I'm just saying, sometimes that kind of stuff works. You can catch Brad and me on the Nerds to Men podcast pretty much everywhere you can find this New World podcast, which are found at
Stitcher, Spreaker, iTunes Podcast, Spotify, YouTube, and Facebook.
Hey.
Yeah.
Did you write that down?
No, in my head.
Don't you have to have a Firestone to evolve Stitcher into Spreaker?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe.
Okay. I wasn't sure.
We don't use Firestone tires around here. We use no.
I got Firestones at the house.
I wonder what that means. Anyway.
I don't know, but I like it.
Thank you all for joining in for part 2 with this week's guest, AD.
Hey.
Yay!
Hey. Well, I guess it's last week's guest and this week's guest because
Unless we just tried to, throw people off, put somebody in the center.
Yeah.
Time travel.
Well,
Yeah.
speaking of time travel.
Yeah. No. We'll get to all that. So, real quick, for those who I guess skipped last week's, who are you? What do you do?
Oh, my name's AD Bates. I help out up here at the store. I also work for a living.
Yeah.
I didn't say that last time.
Oh. I mean, some do, some don't.
Yeah, no. And I make tables. What I do is we'll take damaged comics we find up here at the store.
Yep.
And decoupage tabletops or other furniture, and then put some nice epoxy resin on it. And yeah, I think that they're fun.
Then you get yourself a fancy table.
It's true.
That's right.
Which you can buy at New World Comic Con coming up July 27th.
Yes.
Yes. Got the date right finally.
The last Saturday in July.
Yay.
The last Saturday in July. I will be there.
Yes, me too.
Me too.
Hey, and I think Brad will be there.
That's right, he will.
I will be there.
Excellent. So,
And so will you,
yeah.
watcher and listener.
Yes, the Watcher will be there with a big giant head from Marvel.
Yeah.
Anyway, so for those who didn't watch
Caught what
last
you said
week,
there. George will be there.
Oh, this is weird now. For those who didn't watch last week's episode, AD was telling us all about the Power Rangers series, and it just became absolutely fascinating. So we had to break it off into a two-parter here.
Our first 2-part episode.
Yeah, just because we're approaching well over an hour, and we try to keep these about an hour, and I wanted to give everything its due.
We kind of got through season 10. But
Yeah, we weren't
we're
even
gonna backtrack
halfway
a little
done.
bit.
Yeah, but let's backtrack a little because over the weekend you went to Power Morphicon
Express. Yeah. It was a much smaller version of the Power Morphicon they hold every 2 years out in Anaheim.
Yeah.
And this was the first year they had Power Morphicon Express. It's down in Houston, where apparently a ton of Power Rangers live in Texas.
Really?
So, yeah. It was
Which
just
is
kind of like...
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, how big of a con was it?
It was smaller than New World Con.
Yeah,
And...
which is crazy.
yeah, but it was definitely an Express Con.
Yeah?
It was smaller than New World Comic Con, but it was a ton of fun. Like, it's now my second favorite con I've ever been to.
Interesting. How many people?
Probably about 500, 600.
Okay, cool.
Like,
so
manageable.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
interesting. Vendors and
there weren't a lot of vendors, but there were a ton of Power Rangers, so that kind of made up for it.
were they just walking around, or were they like stuck at a table?
Both. Like
Interesting.
the Black Megaforce Ranger.
Yes.
He got in his costume and just started walking around, and whenever the cosplay competition happened, he was like, "Am I allowed to enter?"
Wait, so there was a cosplay competition.
There was.
Tell me about that.
So I did not place, but
Oh, you entered?
yes, I did.
Okay, yeah. So I helped to make the what's the thing I made?
The Dragon Shield.
Dragon Shield.
Yeah.
I made a chess piece, and I knew what I was doing. I didn't know it was called the
Dragon Shield. Yeah.
But yeah, I made you a Dragon Shield, which was way more challenging than I thought it would be, but it was kind of fun to learn.
But I had the best dragon shield there.
Yeah,
Like, if they had
which-
had a competition for dragon shields, I would have definitely won.
Yeah, and you can see a picture of it here.
Maybe.
Yeah, well, definitely, because, I took pictures and then you sent me a picture.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was a lot of fun. And then the girlfriend was a purple pug ranger. I made that costume for her.
That's awesome.
Yeah, they really liked hers. What I liked about this cosplay contest is there were definitely people you could tell bought their costumes.
Mm-hmm.
None of those people got into the final 3.
Nice.
Yeah, it was definitely all about creativity.
Did her son dress up as well?
He did. He was the little red ranger.
Oh.
That's awesome.
Yeah. But
And it looks like you've found stuff.
well, there are some things that I'd like to show that I got from the con real
Yes,
quick.
please. Oh, you didn't find any of this at the con?
Well, I found this one at the con.
Okay.
Yeah, that one right there.
Okay.
So I got some signatures at the con.
Yeah.
One of them that was kind of cool is I got Power Rangers Aftershock, which it takes place after the 2017 movie.
Oh, really?
I got
Oh,
it
we
for
got
cover
the-
price, and then I opened up the front cover to realize that it was signed by the author.
Oh, cool.
Oh, that is awesome.
Yeah.
Let's see who the author is. Oh, Ryan Parrott.
Yep.
Oh, that's weird font.
Yes.
Yeah, look at that.
And then I also got a signature from the Silver Ranger. That's actually him there too.
This
The
guy?
Silver Ranger from Operation Overdrive. Not our Silver Ranger.
Okay.
But I'm hoping he'll sign this too one day.
That'd be really awesome.
I could sign it.
I mean, you could, but I mean, you're not a Silver Ranger yet.
There was a. Do you guys remember VR Troopers?
Yes.
Yeah. So one of the VR Troopers actually voiced the Gold Ranger initially, and I got his signature.
Wait, what?
Yeah, he voiced the Gold Ranger.
I like how he signed it in gold ink too.
Yes. Yeah.
Wait, so he didn't play him like you never saw like the dude. He was just the voice of
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, but it was cool. And so, by the way, these covers that I'm showing off, they're the 1 in 25 covers for the for Shattered Grid and Beyond the Grid, which are going on in the comic books.
Yeah.
series
Did you
right now.
come across your Holy Grail comic?
No, I didn't.
Ah, well.
Then I got this signed by Bulk. He's
Really?
the Bacanodon in the lower right hand corner.
He was a big heavy ranger.
He was in the comics.
Oh, that's lame.
And so I went up to Kyle Higgins' booth, which
Yeah.
Kyle Higgins is the writer of the Power Ranger series. He did an amazing job. He wrote it from 1 through 30.
Yeah, and he's written like mainstream like Marvel and DC comics
yeah.
too. He's great writer.
And then there was this comic at his booth, and I lied to you.
Hey!
Yeah, this is my Grail comic.
Man, look at that.
Yep, he had it at his booth.
Wow.
At Boom Studios, I kept asking them, do you guys know how I can find this? Do you have any? Me and like 20 other people at this con, I kid you not, were looking for that cover. Kyle Higgins didn't put it out day one. He had just put it out. I walked up to his booth, which, guys, I'm terrible around famous people.
Yeah.
So I walk up to his booth, and I'm going to have him sign my favorite issue that he did, which is the issue before this one.
Uh-huh.
And I walk up, and I see this, and my jaw drops open. He's like, hey, how's it going? I'm like, and he's like, what can I do for you? I was like, well, I can I buy this? And he was like, yeah, you can. So I bought it, and he was like, do you want me to sign it? I was just,
Yeah.
yeah, just shook my head vigorously. And then he did it, and all I could say was thank you. And he was like, you're welcome. I meant, no, thank you for all of this, the comic. And he was like, oh, yeah, no problem, man. And then I told him that I really enjoyed his Nightwing, too. And, he perked up because somebody brought up Nightwing at a Power Rangers con. So, yeah.
That's awesome.
No, it was really great. My favorite was definitely getting to meet Bulk. He was so nice.
Really?
Yeah, Paul Scheer was so nice. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. So, those were just some of the comics I got. I also got a
Here,
script.
I'll hand you those just so I don't mess them
Yeah.
up with any of our toys.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. You got a script?
Yep, I got a script signed by the Operation Overdrive Silver Ranger as well.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. From their anniversary episode.
Now, is that Tyzon?
Tyzon was the name of the character.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, and he drew you a little smiley face.
yeah, he drew a smiley face on everything he
It's a
gave me.
self-portrait. He's just not that good.
That
Yeah.
guy was so happy that I knew so much about the series he came from.
Really?
Yeah. We'll get there. We'll get there when we talk about it.
Okay, yeah, because I have all these questions.
Yeah.
Because, yeah.
And then the only other thing that I really want to show off from the con is the coin. I actually got Buck one of these as well. On the other side, it's got a profile of Jason David Frank's face, which is...
Because he footed the bill, so
Yeah.
he gets his own coin.
He also got to do a karate demonstration from his school, which, while cool, I thought was also hilarious.
I mean, listen, if you're footing the bill for a con, you gotta do things like make a coin or name it after your own business.
Yep.
Well, it's weird how that works out, right?
Sorry.
Can we have a karate demonstration at New World Con?
I will give the best karate demonstration.
And then I'll find someone to take you to the hospital.
Yep.
Because I can't leave.
It's fair.
Flowers can run it.
Yeah, nope.
Yeah, he can't leave either.
No, and then there was a local artist who did these really cool little pins. That,
Yeah, and you got me the Godzilla vs. Ultraman one.
Yep.
And yeah.
I got you King Kong, Godzilla versus Ultraman, and then
then just
Ultraman.
Ultraman, yeah.
No. And then just some other like enamel pins and things like that.
Dude, that's
Which,
awesome.
No, it was again, it was my second favorite con. Do you guys know what my first favorite con is?
I would hope it's
New World Comic Con.
New World
Yay.
Comic
Last
Con.
Saturday
Yeah.
in July.
That's awesome. So do you think that they're going to have this again based on the turnout, or
I'm really hoping so. I think that they will. Like the fan reaction was awesome.
it was the just well enough they're like, let's just advertise a little bit better?
Yeah, I think. Well, honestly, I think it was about as big as they wanted it to be. Like that space
Oh.
couldn't really have held more people. I think it was about as successful as they were hoping. So
Interesting.
It sounds like a really fun time.
yeah, it was a very like without. There's no other way I can describe this, but I don't want it to sound creepy. Like a really intimate experience for the fans and
yeah,
stuff.
no, that's appropriate.
I mean, like,
Yeah.
that's exactly what you want for this.
Well,
You know,
Yeah.
like for like super fandoms like this,
Yeah.
you know, you want to actually enjoy it and be able to like talk to people and not have like really huge lines.
Oh,
Yeah, because like at the San Diego Comic Cons and things like that, you know, like your C2E2s and,
Oh,
and
yeah.
things like that, they see hundreds, if not thousands, of people throughout the day. They don't remember any of them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's the hey, you're the
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was the Silver Ranger actually like sat and we talked for quite a while.
Nice.
Like, he talked to me about my art. He also does art, and he was like giving me advice for Instagram. And he was like, "Send me some of your stuff. I'd like to promote you." And like it was really cool.
yeah,
So
that's really cool.
I talked to him about New World Con. Like just about like having a booth, and he was like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, no, I love doing these things now." So no, it was a really cool experience.
Very cool.
Yeah. It was also nice to be able to be in a place, talk about Power Rangers, and everybody know what I was talking about.
As opposed to here where
Yeah.
I'm asking all the questions because I am so clueless, and it's fascinating, like the depth and breadth
Yeah.
of what it is.
Oh yeah. Well, like I could reference some obscure like, the episode of Turbo where Justin can't get off of his bike, and you guys were like, I don't understand what that means.
I was
but
like, yeah, man, you just tip over. I'm
no,
sure
he
you'll
couldn't do it.
Oh,
His bike was a monster.
what?
What?
Okay.
A space pirate involved. It's fine.
Yar. All right. So I think that we need to jump.
Yeah,
back
are we
into
ready
Okay,
to
all right.
like hop
Yeah.
back into this?
All right. So recap, just real quick. So Power Rangers, Mighty Morphin was your
Number one.
Number one.
Yeah, that's nostalgia's mostly that.
Yeah, because like they are the Power Rangers to everyone. And then,
Oh, yeah.
So like even if you grew up to a thing, like you have your Power Rangers, then you have the Power Rangers, which is like the
Yeah.
original.
Yep.
Okay.
So, Mighty Morphin's number 1, RPM's number 2, Zeo number 3.
Yeah.
And so, the series that we've covered so far: Mighty Morphin, Zeo, Turbo, In Space, Lightspeed Rescue.
Which is out of space.
Yes,
Okay.
Lightspeed Rescue. Then Time Force came next, which I completely skipped over Time Force, which
Uh-oh.
is why
Yeah.
I brought the Chrono Blaster this time. Time Force, I'm sorry, I love you. That
Time
one's
Force
really
is going
cool.
to be mad. All right, tell me about Time Force. Like,
So-
please tell me that they cross over with all the other past and then future Power Rangers that are like, we didn't even come up with this one yet.
No, so they don't do that. But what they do, and it's called Time Force because the people come from the future, but they can't like actively travel through time. They're stuck in the year 2001.
Interesting. So they're like, curse this lack of Wi-Fi.
Pretty much.
Okay.
So it opens up, and there's humans who have been genetically engineered to be like awesome, like no flaws, no disease. But there are also people who are the polar opposite, and they're called the mutants.
Okay.
Huh.
And the leader of the mutants, his name is Rancig. He was actually also in Mad Max.
Ah.
The actor was.
Okay.
And his whole thing is that like he's got a messed up face with a metal mask on it, on half of it. So it's like a Phantom of the Opera, Doctor Doom, Mad Max guy.
Okay.
But he, his power is he can pull swords from his bones.
All right, he sounds really cool.
Yeah.
So does
I'm
he
kind of
just-
like leaning toward him right now.
Yeah.
So does he just have like swords in his bones all the time, or does he grow swords?
He grows swords, but he can't control it, so like it's very painful.
Okay.
Yeah. And his whole thing is like, mutants need to be treated correctly. Humans, abandoned me, and
Huh, I've never heard a story like that before.
right, but
Yeah.
instead of controlling metal, swords from bones.
Gotcha. Okay. So these perfect people
Yeah.
have to fight the imperfect people.
Yeah, and the first episode opens. He kills the Red Ranger, goes
What?
back in time.
Dang, okay.
The Pink Ranger is actually the leader of the series.
Okay.
And she's awesome. But they go back in time. They can't morph because they need all 5 of the morphers to work.
That sounds like a budgetary crisis.
And they're tied to DNA, so they find the Red Ranger's ancestor,
Yeah.
and he's able to morph with them. And so the whole story is like, they tell him what his destiny is supposed to be. He's like, I don't want...
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, that sounds like a problem.
Somebody does it to get him to stop being the Red Ranger. Like,
What?
it's a whole, like, mind messed up thing. Anyway. But the whole series is about destiny. Is the future set in stone? What is it like to have a sympathetic villain in the children's show?
What?
Yeah.
This is a crazy...
It is very, very good.
Huh.
And it's one of the few Power Ranger series that ends and the villain isn't just destroyed, like blown up at the end of it. Like, he's repentant for what he does. It's very good. Just watch it. It's definitely number 4 for me on Power Ranger series.
Number 9 in actuality, but
Yes.
number 4 in his heart.
Yep, number 9 season. And then season 10 is really cool.
What? Yeah. What season 10?
Season 10 is Wild Force.
Okay.
And it's really cool, but also really weird. You've got these people who have like living Zords. They're on the Animalia, is what it's called, or
hold on.
Animaria.
Wait, their Zords are. Just,
They're living. Yeah,
but they just have like a hole in their head for like people to
Yeah.
hop in and like, let's go left.
yeah, like sharks do.
Let's go right.
Yeah, like
Okay.
sharks.
Okay. Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah,
But, I mean, not any weirder than the last one,
yeah. Swords from bones.
So, yeah.
Okay. So these Zords, do they form to make a bigger thing?
Yeah, they form a Megazord.
But they're just no. Hold on. Are these like living robots, or are these like
Living robots.
Okay,
Yeah.
so they're not just like there's a cat and there's
Yeah,
a
no, it's
horse,
not.
and it's not like a weird Avatar thing
No,
where
no,
they're yeah okay.
No, it's a it's definitely just these are living robots that represent like different parts of the Gaia, Mother Earth kind of thing.
Got it.
But they live on a floating island. It's basically the Red Ranger is Tarzan. He was abandoned in the jungle,
Okay.
and they have to fight these demons called orgs. It's really fun. It's an okay season, but it's notable for the 10th anniversary episode it has in it, which is called Forever Red. Every single Red Ranger from Mighty Morphin onward comes back for this.
Huh.
Yep. And
Wait. At the time, was it the one that had the samurai sword that kills his roommate?
that is the one that was the Red Ranger at that time.
Oh.
Yeah, this
Yeesh.
is years and years before that happened.
Oh. Okay.
So you've got everybody from Mighty Morphing to Time Force comes in, and they've got to destroy Lord Zed Zord that got left behind. Like, they tie in all of this Power Rangers lore and are like, hey, all of these happen in the same universe. These aren't separate.
Interesting.
So, for the first time since Lost Galaxy, it's saying, yes, these still take place in the same universe. And it is one of the best episodes of Power Rangers.
Fascinating.
Like, I will go back and watch Forever Red and not watch any other part of Wild Force. It is by far one of my favorite episodes.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Cool. So is that like just in the middle of the series, or is that kind of towards the end?
It's in the middle of the series. It's like the actual 10th anniversary is when it came out.
I would have used that as like here's our season finale, folks.
Oh,
like,
man. No, their actual season finale is really cool. They lose their powers, but are still trying to fight this giant monster without their powers.
They just have sharpened sticks and they just set it on the ground.
I mean,
Wait for it to step on it.
kind of.
Oh, God.
No.
I make my jokes.
No, it's Wild Force is fun. So, that kind of catches us back up to where we were at,
Yes.
and now you've got Ninja Storm, which hold on just a second.
Which here in Oklahoma, we just call that hail.
Yep, you've got Ninja Storm, which is actually Burber's favorite series.
Yeah.
And there's a school for ninjas. And it's a comedic one. It's like one of the few, like, this is actually meant to be a comedy for Power Rangers.
Okay, I thought you were like the school is a comedic school.
Oh, no,
And
no.
I'm like, what?
Only funny ninjas.
Yeah.
Ninja Clown College.
Yeah. All right, I'm back.
Yeah.
Krusty is a samurai.
Yeah.
No, but the that one it's pretty cool. It's the first season that Disney had full control over.
Yeah.
And Disney was really embarrassed to own Power Rangers. I covered that a little bit last time.
Yeah.
But, this is where you start to see like less and less like love for the past and more just like each season is its own story almost.
So they're just goofy ninjas.
Yeah, they're goofy ninjas.
Who do they fight?
They fight this guy named Lotor, I think is his name.
Lord
it's like
of the Rings.
Lokor or Lotor, yeah.
Okay.
And if you can't tell, this is not my favorite season of Power
No,
Rangers.
Yeah, just go ahead. I mean, I will ask these questions. Like if ever it sounds like I'm making fun, this is just
No.
my shock and fascination hitting.
Lothor. His name is Lothor. Lothor.
Not High Thor.
No, not High Thor.
Not regular Thor.
Not regular Thor.
Lothor.
Lothor.
Just a little guy.
We're low tier Thor.
Gotcha.
Yeah. No, he is a demon, and his whole thing is he turns their master into a hamster, and he stays a hamster through the whole season.
I've seen a movie like that.
All right.
Style. Yeah.
Does he like keep him in a cage and carry him around?
No. There's like he's a hamster. He escapes as a hamster and teaches these Power Rangers as a hamster.
Does he have like a little outfit he wears? Because like
Yes,
a little
yes.
ninja outfit.
Yeah, well, a little sensei outfit. Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
So
so-
they had a hamster master splinter way before Rise of the TMNT did.
Oh. All right. So, how do they transition from like goofy samurais to like, do they get less goofy, or do they just change to another season?
It did just change to another season.
So they defeat
Lothor.
Lothor.
How would you compare their power level? Because we were doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they actually are one of the first ones that have what the series would call civilian powers later on, and it's where they have powers when they're not morphed.
Oh.
Yeah, and they have like control over wind, fire, air, earth,
Water and heart?
Yep. Go
Okay.
planet. So, you have those.
So are they stronger?
Are they stronger? They're
I mean, because like they have these powers.
so yes, they are stronger Power Rangers, and they would have been stronger in like a series with a more threatening villain. You can't really
Okay.
see the full extent of their powers because how little of a threat this guy is. Like least threatening Power Rangers villain probably.
Fair
right.
enough.
Okay.
Yeah.
Take that, Lothor.
Yep.
All right, so what's after Lothor?
So after Lothor,
Not Luthor.
you get Dino Thunder, which is another one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Because this is, in spite of Disney's interference, they were like, look, this is we've got to get fans back on board. They bring back Tommy. They bring back Jason David Frank as Tommy.
Yeah.
Which that's a cool name already.
Oh, yeah.
He's got 3 full.
Well,
Yeah.
Dino Thunder.
Well, so Dino Thunder is kind of a spiritual sequel to Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. It's the second time they've had dinosaurs since Mighty Morphin.
Right.
Uh-huh.
And that whole story is 3 teenagers with attitude are in detention, and Tommy is supposed to watch after them, and he does a terrible job. and they find these dino gems, or what they're called. And it gives
We call them fossils, right? No, I'm sorry.
But it gives...
I make my jokes. Yeah.
No, you could. It gives them... Well, the gems come from the asteroid that killed the dinosaurs, so...
Oh, that's horrific.
Yeah, it's, genocide powers.
Oh, my God. That's like me getting chicken powers from the axe that killed my dinner. Like,
yeah.
What?
Yep. But anyway, so...
Wow.
Yeah. So, they don't know that Tommy's a Power Ranger yet. He is their history teacher, and he's also a paleontologist.
So why did he...
What?
Hold on. Does it cover, like, why he stopped being a Power Ranger?
Well, we know why he stopped being a Power Ranger. That's covered in Turbo.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's because he gets too old.
Okay, why is
Oh,
a history teacher a paleontologist?
Because he's a real bad paleontologist.
All right.
Like, you'll find out. So he was trying to splice human and dinosaur DNA and accidentally made the villain for the series. His name is Mesagog.
We're just going to have Red Ranger kick Wolverine for that one. I'll be over here.
Because, that's not an evil person thing to do at all.
What? I mean...
All right.
Yeah,
this is supposed to be a family-friendly podcast. I don't think you're allowed to make those kinds of things on this.
Oh, what did I say?
The splicing.
Oh, the splicing. Yeah.
How did he go about it?
In a lab. Jurassic Park style.
Oh, okay. It wasn't like
No.
Okay.
Oh, he wasn't on his own island or anything.
No.
He didn't-
They were
yeah,
just
the
in a laboratory.
Moonlight didn't hit another dinosaur just right, and
No.
good. Gross. Why'd you even bring that up, Stephanie? Anyway,
So he so they all have civilian powers.
except
then-
for him,
Except for him.
the power to creep everyone out.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they're fighting Mesagog. They all find out that they've got civilian powers. One of them is super fast. One of them can Black Canary scream. The other one is super strong.
Yeah.
And later on in the series, Tommy actually gets to become a Power Ranger again.
But he's too old.
Yeah, not now.
Do they cover that?
Not really. Well, the powers come from a different source, so it's
Wait. So are the powers teenage based?
So the powers from Zordon were supposed to be the attitude he talks about is like the you shape your world's future, so you should get to decide it kind of thing. So whenever you get too
so
old,
if you get like too in control, there goes your powers.
yeah, it's your responsibility to make sure that the powers pass on to the next generation kind of thing.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
But what if you're really good at it? Then
You get to come back and be a bad paleontologist, but a good Power Ranger.
yeesh.
All right.
Okay, so he then becomes another Power Ranger.
Mm-hmm. The Black Ranger.
Okay, what are his superpowers?
He can turn invisible.
All right.
And
I trust a guy with invisibility that.
yeah,
makes-
Jason David Frank, actually, the reason he had those powers is because his whole deal was like during filming, because they've moved the show to New Zealand to save costs.
Yeah.
Which, fun fact, Power Rangers isn't allowed to be aired in New Zealand.
Wait, what?
Yeah, you can't air Power Rangers in New Zealand.
Why?
Because it's too violent.
Oh.
So it's filmed there, but you can't watch it there.
Interesting.
Yeah. So,
Fascinating.
you have a White Ranger who goes through. Oh no, sorry. The reason he turned invisible is because he wanted to go home. Because he had kids, and
Yeah.
periodically through the filming, he wanted to go home. So that was their excuse. Is he would record dialogue, and he would just be invisible for the episode.
That's clever.
Yeah.
I'll give it to him.
So you have that. You have a White Ranger who goes through like a similar Green Ranger arc that Tommy went through, and it's really cool to see Tommy mentor somebody who starts out as evil and turns good like he did.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
Dino Thunder, really fun series. I would also check that one out.
Despite its weird beginnings.
Yeah. And if I have the Morpher, I planned on grabbing it, while I
Yeah.
was up. So,
So-
that's
so
Tommy's
that's,
Morpher from, the faceplate for Tommy's Morpher
Okay.
from, rather than power coins, they've got these faceplates and they roar, and that's how they morph.
Okay.
Rawr.
It
And then-
roars out a
And the next one is real fun. It's called SPD, Space Patrol Delta.
Nice.
I see your X badge.
Yep.
No, I mean, like, is that actually like
Yeah.
the okay?
So what this does is this is supposed to charge people or judge them. So
Oh.
it's like a weird Judge Dredd kind of thing where like their badge tells you whether they're guilty or innocent and turns them into
What?
like a data card if they're...
That's nuts.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I love it. Their boss is a dog, a big dog man named Anubis Doggy Kruger.
What?
I'm in.
Yeah, no, like, y'all, there's not much more I really need to say. So it takes place in the future.
Yeah.
Aliens are on Earth. Space Patrol Delta is it's the law enforcement for the Earth. They access the morphing grid.
How many teenagers are police officers?
This is actually where the show starts to get a little older, and it's not like teenagers all the time. Because you know how Lightspeed Rescue was adults, Lost Galaxy was adults. This one they're probably in their late teens, early 20s.
Okay, but they're still police.
Yeah, they're in the academy.
Wait, there's an academy?
Yeah.
So, like, there's like a lot of Power Rangers.
Yes, each Earth has their own Power Ranger, or each world has their own Power Rangers. And
Really? Okay,
these guys are supposed to be the B squad. They're like the second tier. And then the A squad, the best Power Rangers, go missing.
Oh. Okay, so hold on. Before all this, there was like 5 or 6 Power Rangers
Yeah.
per whatever.
Yeah.
And then this one, there's hundreds, if not thousands.
This has the most Power Rangers on a canonical team at a
Okay.
time, which I think we get up to 9 Power Rangers. Yeah, like at one time. So it gets ridiculous.
Okay.
But what's really cool is the Blue Ranger of this series, his dad was actually a Red Ranger. And it's the first time you see something like that.
Okay.
And he really wants to be the Red Ranger. He wants to be
Now,
the SPD Red.
Was he a Red Ranger from SPD, or was he a Red Ranger from a different
He's
thingy?
wearing the Time Force uniform, and they never really explain that because it's not the same actor from Time Force.
But I mean, time being what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They forced that plot. No, everybody really hopes it's not him because if it is, he died a very violent death.
Oh.
So we're gonna.
Man, I mean, police, that kind of thing happened, unfortunately.
So we're gonna go ahead and say that's not who he is.
All right.
But he. So we're moving along.
Yeah.
right? He really wants to be the Red Ranger to live up to his dad's legacy. They find this criminal on the street. He totally Aladdins them. Like,
You got some magic carpet?
yeah, pretty much.
Awesome.
And he
Becomes a prince, but
he gets fast tracked in the
Magical
academy and gets to be the
princess?
Red Ranger.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, the Aladdin dude?
Yeah.
But not the guy who wants to be the Red
No.
Ranger.
So his whole arc is he has to learn how to follow. Yeah. Well, because he's not ready to be a leader yet. He thinks he deserves to be the leader. Then he learns how to be a leader in the series.
Oh, so do they, like, at one point they just switch, like, Morphin Ranger?
They do to arrest the guy who killed his dad.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really good. Yeah. And then Doggy Kruger is a Power Ranger.
Yeah?
His name is Anubis Doggy Kruger.
Now, does he have, like, an elongated helmet?
So no, and
Ah.
it really upsets everybody. But he does have doggy ears.
Kind of quick.
And there's a cat ranger too. Yeah. So you can fight like this.
I love it.
Yeah. No,
Is it the yellow one?
no, silver.
Because the first cat one was yellow. So
Yeah, yeah.
I'll be over here.
No. Well, no, she is a cat person.
Oh.
Who's a ranger, yeah.
Pardon me.
Yeah. So SPD, I love it. SPD is a lot of fun.
Okay.
So yeah. Then you have, I think, what's going to be Stephanie's favorite morpher, Power Rangers Mystic Force, which has been called Power Rangers Harry Potter
Okay.
because
It-
turns into a wand.
What?
Yep.
That's crazy.
That looks more stabby than Wandy. So, okay. So, hold on. It's a flip phone.
Yeah,
It's a flip phone that turns into a wand.
This is ridiculous.
Yep. So their whole thing is they're magic Power Rangers, and they've got capes.
What?
Yeah. They're magic Power Rangers who have capes.
When did this come out?
Oh, don't. 2009? No, 2007.
What?
Yeah. But anyway,
Leviosa.
Oh. And then
so
there's like a little Rey Mysterio mask.
so their whole thing is they find a tree in the woods that transports them to a magical realm, and then they're like, "Look, we need you to not only believe in magic, but we need you to fight all of the bad magic people." So
Oh, I did this wrong.
it's okay.
Oh, no.
I can.
We go, I think.
Nope. It's got to go.
Now it's for
I'm-
the
I-
magical
yeah.
stabbing.
Yeah, don't let me break this thing. Oh.
Don't go break in my morpher.
Yep. It's
But anyway,
I'll just leave that be. All right, so Harry. So there's how many of these Rangers are there?
There are 6 Rangers.
6.
Okay, so
Well,
we're back.
actually, there's 7 Rangers altogether.
Okay, so it boils
Yeah.
it back down.
Yeah.
And Dumbledore's their.
Actually, it's she's a nice lady who's their White Ranger, and she's like the guardian of the magical realm.
But
Okay,
she's
so there's
on
like
the team.
Yeah.
a white mage basically
Yes.
teaching them things.
So she's a white mage. She loses her powers early on, so they've got to kind of learn to be a team and fight without having like the best person with them.
Okay.
Yeah. So we have that. Then honestly, I don't really like that one very much.
Okay.
So I don't really have a lot more to say about it. It's very good. Like, a lot of people love that series. As you both know, I'm not a big fantasy person, though. So,
Okay.
like, the second that they start introducing, like, dragon zords and things like that, but we're actually hatching
Oh.
from eggs.
You mean Oh,
Yeah.
fair enough.
So it was just like
Maybe
You're
they
like,
just
"I'm
splice some
done."
DNA into the.
yeah. No. I've never liked the idea of living zords, much less hatching from an egg. So,
I
Fair
mean, they
enough.
just had to hop on the train.
I mean,
you know,
they didn't adapt the train Power Rangers to the U.S.
With their
What?
train Power
There's
Rangers?
trains.
There's one that's based entirely on train culture in Japan.
I have more questions than I'm sure there are answers.
I was talking like hop on the fantasy train.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're real trains, though.
Wait. These Power Rangers are trains?
Their Zords are all bullet trains
Awesome.
and steam engines.
What?
Yeah. Anyway, but that's not a Japanese, or that's not an American series. That's just a Sentai that was never adapted.
so
okay.
what happens after this one?
So what happens after Mystic Force is Operation Overdrive. It is the treasure hunting series.
Which we
And-
covered last
Yeah.
Yeah, there
podcast
was
with geocaching.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah.
It's like that, except for there are 3 really warring sides trying to get this magical artifact. And one of them's ice powered, one of them's fire powered, so you get your heat miser and your Jack Frost.
Yeah.
And then you've got pirates in the middle.
So the
Yarr.
pirates win.
Well, no, the Power Rangers win, thankfully.
Oh.
Spoiler alert for a series that is not fondly remembered by most fans.
Really?
I really love their morpher, though, because you do this.
Wait, you just roll it on your forearm?
Yeah. You roll it on your forearm to morph.
Really?
Yeah.
Like they're like, hold on, and do they like super do the thing?
And then they morph.
Interesting.
Yeah, but it's a fun series. I enjoy it more than I enjoy Mystic Force.
Pardon me while I play with the Red Ranger gun sword.
Yep. I enjoy it more than I enjoy Mystic Force, but that's just also because I love treasure hunting stories, and it's goofy. The Red Ranger, skip ahead if you don't want spoilers for this series, is actually an android, which is kind of cool. Yeah,
Like gasp.
well, he doesn't know at the beginning until his head falls off.
What? that
Yeah,
is so cool.
yeah.
So while they're treasure hunting,
Oh, is he like a sleeper
I
agent?
think his head falls off. A part of his body falls off, and that's when they're like, "Oh man, you're a." No, his dad created him, and then didn't ever tell him that he was an android, and like implanted like false memories in him.
That is so cool.
dastardly.
Yeah.
Did they ever find anything from like previous seasons that are like, man, check out the?
Nah, this one is a pretty standalone one. Up until the episode, once a ranger, always a ranger.
Oh.
And they bring back a bunch of previous rangers, and it's kind of cool.
They saw like the success from the 10th Ranger.
Well, this is the 15th.
Okay,
So every about 5 years they have an anniversary episode.
interesting. And they invited like everybody.
Yeah, only a few showed up because it's in New Zealand now.
Oh,
And
lame.
Johnny Young Bosch was in it, though.
Yes.
He came back as Adam, the Black Ranger. It's a very bad anniversary episode, though. The Rangers that come back don't really get to do much.
Aw.
And, yeah.
That
So,
sucks.
yeah, that kind of stinks.
Is there ever a season where they're all robots?
Not yet.
It would be super cool if they were.
I mean,
I mean,
they're
there's
called
some-
Zord, Stephanie.
There's a season here and a
Or
couple
like
ones.
androids.
Yeah, there's a season here in just a little bit that has actors like they're robots. It's not the actor's fault. It's the script, though.
Oh my god.
All right.
Even they don't like the script for this show. Anyway. So
yeah, let's move on so we can get to that.
So then the next one is Jungle Fury, which I love. Do you remember the comedic one with the comedic one with the ninjas?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is comedic, this is less comedic, but similar idea with a school and kung fu. Rather than their sensei getting turned into a hamster, he dies in the first episode.
All right.
They straight up just like one of them has been chosen to become Power Rangers, then they choose the other two, and they see the guy who's supposed to be the Red Ranger bullying one of the new classmates in this kung fu school. And they're like, you obviously aren't ready. And so he just murders his sensei. He's like, you can't take this opportunity from me. This is what I'm meant to do. Murders him and then lets this demon inhabit his body so he can truly embrace evil.
How did that samurai ninja Power Ranger that killed that guy not use that as his defense?
God.
Too dark?
Too dark.
I'll be over here. Sorry.
So anyway.
Apologies to the family and the tragedy that ensues.
So, this is where we get some of the comedy, though, because they meet their new sensei, who he's a lot more hands-off, believes that they can... the guy who he was bullying becomes the new Red Ranger after...
Oh.
Yeah. So, there's that conflict the whole time. They have animal spirits in this one, so you've got, like, a tiger, a leopard, all this cool stuff. And the fighting in this one is really good because it's kung fu. So it's like... There aren't like, weapons or anything like that really in this one. It mostly is just hand to hand, which I love.
Yeah.
It's also notable because it has the first Purple Ranger.
Ooh.
Yeah. First Purple Wolf Ranger. Yeah. If I turned it on, it would go, ow.
Ow. There, I did it for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's fun. And then...
Yeah, what number are we on now?
We are about to be on number 17.
17. Okay. So
20, but the next couple are two-parters, so
Cool.
the story means the same thing.
Yeah.
RPM is the one after that, which I think I've talked enough about RPM. That's the one where the virus takes over the planet. 90% of the Earth's population's dead.
Is that where this one comes from?
No. That one comes from Super Mega Force.
Oh, pardon me.
Yeah.
I'll set that down for later. Which one's the RPM?
I don't have it.
Oh, okay.
I want it.
Is it a key?
No, it's a shifter.
Because of course it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, RPM, like I said, one of my favorites. I've already talked about it in the last episode. If you haven't listened to the last one, you should. So then the show gets canceled.
Oh, no.
Yeah, RPM was supposed to be the last season, and then Saban, who had sold the rights to Disney, buys the rights back because he's wanting to
keep that gravy train going.
Yeah, it was on the track to be the longest running live action children's show of all time, and now it is, thanks to in large part to him. So for
with the
1
little
year,
asterisk from the cancellation.
Yeah, but I mean, it has more seasons and more episodes than any other live action children's show besides like Sesame Street, live action
Okay.
show.
I was gonna say, man, Mr. Rogers is gonna be upset, but bless everyone.
Yeah, no, live action based children's show. Not non-educational, I guess I should say. So, then Nickelodeon picks it up. It was on the Disney Channel for years. Not Disney Channel, I'm sorry, ABC Family.
Yeah.
It was in the Jetix block for years. Now it's picked up by Nickelodeon, and we pick up with Power Rangers Samurai.
Which is different than the other one.
Yes, because that was Ninja Storm.
Oh.
This is Samurai, and it's the 18th season, and you're trained from birth to be a Power Rangers in this series. That's the whole thing. You're trained from birth. Sorry, hold on just 1 second. All right, sorry about that. You're trained from birth to be a Power Ranger.
Yeah.
And you have no life outside of one day you will be called upon to be a Power Ranger. And it is not very good.
Interesting. So like everyone's just like, I'm washing the dishes, but don't get too attached.
Yep, pretty much.
Oh man.
They're But that series is notable because it has the first female Red Ranger that's not a bad guy. So I like her a lot, yeah. Yeah, there's not... If you like the concept so far, I would say go ahead and watch the Sentai that the
thing's based off of?
Yes, because with this one, the showrunner was such a fan of the Sentai that he didn't want to change the story very much.
Yeesh.
Which a lot of it does not translate for a Western audience whenever you have American actors doing it. The Sentai is very good, but it just didn't translate well. I love the actors that I've gotten to meet from it. Mm-hmm. They all seem very nice. It's just that you can only do so much with a bad script. And this is where we have the Neo Saban era.
Saban?
Neo Saban. You have Saban, Disney, Neo Saban, which is where they've, got the show back.
Okay.
After that, they have a show called Megaforce.
What? Hold on. What?
So Megaforce is...
Whoa.
Aliens are attacking the planet. Yeah.
Wait, is that his body? Oh, no. Okay.
No. Aliens are attacking the planet, and they get these cards that they put into their morpher.
Okay.
And it allows them... Yeah. And then...
this isn't a Mighty Max thing, is it?
No.
Okay.
And then that allows them to access some of the Rangers' powers. That guy is supposed to be the new Zordon.
Oh, wow. So he's like, make me some lasagna. Yeah. Also kick up the bad guy.
Yeah,
okay.
Rangers with attitude. Yeah.
Okay. So you just shove a card in here and you're like, I feel like Blue Ranger today.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you'd be like, I want to be Chartreuse Ranger.
Yeah.
So and then he's like, there is no Chartreuse Ranger. Shut up. Get the other card. Is he that, or I'm genuinely asking?
So it is. You have to have the cards available to you, and this goes on your belt, and
so you get like multiple cards.
Yeah,
and
it's just for attack.
This will sound like I'm making my fun. I'm not. Do they trade cards in like?
No, not really.
Okay, so like you
were supposed to in real life. You don't really for the.
Okay, so did they like find these cards in like a CD hotel, like in a game, or are they like?
I wish that had been what happened. What it is their mentor, this big face.
Yeah.
Just gives them powers for existing. Like in every other series, you have to earn. Like there's growth. Anytime they get a new power, it's like because they've learned a lesson, or they're learning something about themselves. And this one is just like, cool, you guys existed today. Here's new Zord.
Love me.
Yeah, and
sorry.
No, it's not very good. Again,
so I can make my fun.
Yeah, the Neo Saban era has problems, and then we get to the 20th season that everybody was real excited about.
That's for the
Super
people watching.
Megaforce.
Yeah. So, is this where that key comes in?
Yes.
Awesome! Finally,
okay.
We've been waiting for that guy.
Because that key is terribly inappropriate and awesome.
Yep. So the Ranger keys, which this one is actually from Mystic Force.
Yes.
The Ranger keys give the Rangers the powers of whatever Ranger they represent. So, if he puts in the red Mystic Force Ranger, then he gets the red Mystic Force powers, and he'll actually transform into him. If he puts in the red Mighty Morphin key, he'll turn into the red Mighty Morphin Ranger.
Wow. So this is their way to sell all the previous toys.
Yeah, and sell these Ranger keys like in big packs. It also wasn't very good.
Oh, that's unfortunate. So you say that wasn't very good?
No, this one is. You've got the talking head again.
Yeah.
It's the same cast, and it's the same thing as like, hey, you existed today. Here's new powers. And what they did was, because this was based on a Sentai, there were a lot of Sentais before Jew Ranger that we did not adapt, right? Like there was probably like 10, 15 years of Super Sentai that's never been shown in the U.S.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Rather than taking out those characters, rather than taking out those teams, they showed them anyway.
Okay.
And made no sense, like, for kids, because it's like, that's never been a Power Rangers team before. Or, let's do the Sentai series where they all have, like, soccer balls as their weapons. Let's show that team.
I'd be down.
Yeah, but it's also supposed to be the 20th anniversary of Power Rangers, not of Super Sentai.
Ah, gotcha.
So it was the showrunner didn't even really like Power Rangers. It just felt super insulting.
Yeah, it wasn't accurate at all.
Yeah. just super insulting. So, anyway, last but not least, you have Dino Charge. I don't know why I said last but not least. Dino Charge is really cool. That's where this T-Rex over here comes from.
Which is like the best thing ever.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
get Batgirl off this thing.
Show him what else it becomes, Stephanie.
I don't know how to make him do anything.
Turn his head.
I don't know.
Cough?
No, flip his head upside down.
Oh, like twist his head.
Oh, what?
Maybe there you go.
Oh.
Now he's a gun.
don't
I
like
see.
him.
No, it's like
a
that,
gun.
and then it's the.
Oh. Boo.
Yeah.
Does he?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Pew, pew.
now he's a gun. Dino Charge is
And
the
he's
first
better as a
series
dinosaur.
that's yeah.
No, I'm a dinosaur.
Yeah, now he's better.
No, no.
I
yeah.
was like,
Oh, I didn't have it on. Let's make him make noise.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'm a dinosaur.
Dino Charge, if I can actually see him real quick.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Let me show you the little batteries that they have.
Yeah, T-Rex supercharger.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh. Wait, is that
So
an
they have
actual
these,
battery?
No, they have these
Oh.
little batteries that you can that they find, and they're called energems.
Sorry.
You
You're
find
not
them; they're
sorry.
called energems, and they you find them. They're called energems. You put them into the weapons; they charge them up. This series is actually really weird because in the beginning, dinosaurs are extinct. You find out about the asteroid that killed the dinosaurs.
It was Tommy.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But then they go through. They have a caveman Power Ranger because he got trapped in the ice.
He's just an unfrozen caveman Power Ranger.
He is. And then you have anyway, long story short, they get a ton of Rangers on the team. They go back in time and stop the asteroid from killing the dinosaurs, so they come back to the present and we just live beside dinosaurs and it's all fun.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. So that is actually
So-
in a separate continuity as well.
Wait, okay, so that one got other Power Rangers from like regular continuities, and then was just like, yo.
No. That one was all new Rangers.
Oh,
again.
okay,
Yeah.
sorry.
No. All new Rangers. But it kind of erased the other Power Rangers' existence.
Oh,
because
so-
they didn't need to. They had dinosaurs.
Yeah,
Oh.
I was like, but dinosaurs.
But it also created a new timeline. So there's a timeline in Power Rangers now where dinosaurs never went extinct, and there's a timeline where there are dinosaurs now. So that's kind of cool. Now, the last one is called Ninja Steel. That
And that's
has
the one.
finished airing.
Oh, okay.
So
So so we're waiting on a new one to come out.
So a new one just came out, but I'm actually not going to talk about Ninja Steel or Beast Morphers because I
okay.
don't know enough about Ninja
Oh.
Steel. That's one I haven't watched yet.
How dare you?
Yeah, I haven't watched Ninja Steel yet. And Beast Morphers is notable for one thing so far. It is the first series in the Hasbro era because last summer
Oh.
Hasbro bought the Power Rangers brand from Saban.
Hey.
So now everything is controlled by Hasbro, and it's really interesting, and we're going to get to see what happens.
They're going to meet up with the Transformers.
I mean, honestly, the Zords as Transformers would be so cool.
Yeah.
they
that
already
would-
transform.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
with Hasbro parts.
I mean, I can't see anything bad happening there.
No. So, the last thing to talk about is the 2017 movie. It was fun. I liked it.
It's almost the
Hey.
last thing to talk about.
Well, I meant like as far as Power Rangers.
Well,
Feed me.
you, sir, have not brought up the thing that piques my interest in all this Power Ranger stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about the Shattered Grid.
Oh my God. Do you like Crisis on Infinite Earths?
Yes.
How about Crisis on Infinite Power Rangers?
What?
Let's hear about it.
All right. So Kyle Higgins wrote the first, like I said earlier, wrote the first like 30 issues of the Power Rangers series, and it was awesome. About halfway through, he introduced a character named Lord Draken, which is an evil version of Tommy, who combined the green and the white powers together.
To make light green.
I mean, kind of.
Oh,
More to make Lord Draken.
okay.
And he is just the most evil ranger we've ever seen. It's kind of like if Tommy hadn't turned good in Green with Evil.
Yes.
We meet the Tommy from the comic book universe. He's trying to deal with the fact that there was a potential for him to turn out this evil, and they think they defeat him, right?
Okay.
Comes out of nowhere, some stuff happens, and he ends up shattering the grid, where the name Shattered Grid comes
Yes.
from, where
The morphing grid that ties all life together.
Which, Power Rangers at this point had mostly been along a timeline, like we had talked about, right?
Uh-huh.
Some took, place in other universes, but for the most part, a seamless timeline. This made all of the Power Rangers teams exist simultaneously. So you get every single Power Ranger is featured in this series.
Like all of them?
All of them.
Okay.
I don't really want to say any more than that because I want y'all to read it. If me talking about Power Rangers has interest you at all, you need to pick up Shattered Grid.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those where, like I said, I was, casual fan, much younger, and then all this talk about it piqued my interest. I went back, watched a few of the episodes now, and but yeah, this Shattered Grid thing sounds phenomenal.
More phenomenal, in fact.
Oh, you just lost everyone.
Yep.
Yeah,
I don't care.
But no, it looks like it's pretty inclusive and will kind of catch you up as you're going.
Yeah.
So even if you haven't read all of or watched all the shows or read all the comics, you can pretty much
it'll
jump
still be
into this.
enjoyable.
Yeah.
Oh yes, 100%. Because I actually hadn't gone back and rewatched all of these series, and Shattered Grid is what made me decide to go back and rewatch a lot of them.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Fascinating.
Yeah. So I would say I was a casual fan. Shattered Grid made me like a super fan.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So if you are interested in it, also, if you all see me up at the store and you want to talk about Power Rangers, feel free. I will get you started on something. Like, if you're like, I don't know where to start, I'll talk to you about your interests, and we will find a series that works for you.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Adi, thank you so much for educating us on all the Power Ranger stuff.
Yeah, this has been so much fun.
Oh my god, I have so many more questions, and I want to mess with the guy with the jabber jaw. I had too much fun playing with that. But yeah, we'll have you back on. We'll talk about something other than Power Rangers because it's not the only thing that you do.
No, I have other interests.
Right. So yeah, Stephanie, thanks for being along for the ride.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Oh my gosh, and thanks to Brad Reed who helps run this thing along with the Nerds to Men podcast.
Blessings.
Yes.
And I'd like to give a quick thank you real quick.
Just one.
All right. My wonderful girlfriend for driving me to the con and back this weekend.
Yay!
All right.
We'll see y'all next week, folks.
See ya.
Bye.